Welcome everyone to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI Network. This is Trello, my co-host, J-Bone. J-Bone, say hello to these late night people.
Good evening, folks. Wake up. It's time to take your TNI medicine.
New day, new time. Well, look, the point of it was I was supposed to start earlier today. I got caught up with some stuff, guys, so I wasn't able to start earlier today. So I apologize. But next Monday, it'll be earlier. It'll be on time. Next Monday is number 100. We got to do it earlier because Dave of Couch fame is joining us for episode 100.
We don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice. I cannot, like, if I tell Dave we're going on at like 11, he's gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I am not coming on. So he's gonna tell me to kick rocks. So Dave of the Couch fame will be on. So Mayor, you better be ready for that, pal, because you hate the couch. So, but Mayor will be Dave will be on with us next week. But
live.
Jay, can you believe it'll be 100 throwbacks you and I have done?
That's pretty crazy.
100 throwbacks. That's crazy. So we're definitely moving along. I mean, 111 is the last one. That's it. So this is 99. We got a dozen left, guys. So Jay, did you watch the coinciding episode 2 from Orlando on this?
The number 2? Yes, I did.
So for anybody who doesn't know, this is episode 99 of the Wednesday pay-per-views. Now, in the meantime, Impact, the same Impact you watched today on Access, started a week prior, okay, or 2 weeks prior at this point. Impact Wrestling, the weekly television show on Fox Sports Net, started 2 weeks prior. Jay and Mark did it while I was out of town. And but see, here's what's going on now. The timeline is this. You have Wednesday, then you got Friday is when Impact is airing at this time. Then you got Wednesday for Wednesday pay-per-view and then Friday. So Jay watched episode 2 of Impact Wrestling on Fox, which is the feed-in to this show, right, Jay?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for those who might be a little confused on that, there's things that they cut to. Now, they don't recap a ton. There's a couple of things they cut to that were fed over from the previous Friday.
Right.
So
yeah, the big thing was the match, the headlining match made for the 100th episode.
Yes.
The 2-year anniversary, the headliner they make on this episode of Impact is Truth versus Jarrett. That's the headliner.
And I was lost because of that, because I didn't know. I didn't see it. I haven't watched I'm not like Jay's watching them in parallel so they can be caught up. And I think I might start doing that with you, Jay, because like they're only 45 minutes, like you said. It's a quick watch.
It is, and they're fun. It's got a completely different energy to them, and it almost feels like it's the same show, but it's not.
I got to cut away for a second. Jay, first off, Brian Feld with 99 cents. Courtney with $20 on the super sticker. Courtney, my God. This is, she has become the patron saint over here of TNI. Thank you, Courtney. You are a sweetheart. We really appreciate that. Anybody, you're all free to do this too. If you can, please definitely support the channel. We appreciate that very much. It helps fund everything we're doing and pay for all of the glitz and glamour of the channel, things like this.
This place rules.
Hell yeah, that
good. that we're able to do that because of funding. But we're like PBS, Jay, but we're TNI instead.
Right.
Thank you, Courtney. Paul's getting a little self. But he wants 2 nights. He wants us to do Orlando and Nashville back to back. Paul. I flew 9 hours to see you. Asking me to do 2 nights of this? Maybe. Paul, I love Paul. He's a nice guy. We'll see.
Well, I did at least want to briefly go over the results of it. We don't have to go too nuts with it.
Please do. Before you do, let me just say hi to everybody real quick in the chat. Get that. I'm going to let you take care over that. But Punk is in here. Brian, thank you very much. Paul, who else we got? Courtney's in here. Mayor. What else? HD's in here. Look at that. They're looking for Veer, man. A lot of Veer talking here. Zach Bonifer's in here as always. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, guys.
See, I told the Discord something.
Keith.
I let him in on a little something. I know you don't like to pull back the curtain too often, Trent, but I told them in the Discord, I said, well, see, so I heard a little something about Monday Night Raw tonight.
Oh, was tonight my tape? It's a tape debut. Did I debut today?
Well, it was supposed to be, but apparently there was no Veer.
I was here. I'm here today.
Right. And I said,
Veer
well, see, here's how it goes. Veer told VKM that TNI is more important and that VKM should suck it. So here you go. You ain't going to see him on Monday Night Raw. Why? Because he's here.
I'm right here.
Veer is here.
Veer is here. Thank you. Paul was not saying 2 nights in a row for us. But anyway.
That's the, you know what? I think that's the next t-shirt. Veer is here.
Here on TNI. Mayor's asking about my hair. Mayor, probably the end of the month. I was just talking to the nurse about that, about when to do it. So probably end of the month. It's happening.
Is she okay with this? Because I know sometimes women get a little crazy about like, oh no, don't shave your nipples. No, don't do stuff like that.
No, it is what it is, man. I gotta do it. She's fine with it. She's supportive of it, but nothing to do with my nipples, James. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But
no, I just know that sometimes women out there are fussy about removing hair from parts of the body in certain places. Not that that's ever happened to me.
I don't think you have to deal with that problem, but anyway, now it'll be fine. It's time to change it up. I'm scared to death of it. I just had a conversation with the nurse. I'm petrified of losing my entire image, but that'll be a Patreon talk because I am fucking.
I can warn you ahead of time that the only thing you're really gonna notice the most out of everything.
I think I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Because you live not too far away from me. You're a
Midwest
guy,
you're going.
Just like me. Trent, your head's going to be fucking cold.
I know. That's what I was worried about. It's like, my head's going to be cold, man. That sucks. Well, listen, Jay, I'm going to come to you for tips on how to tie cool bandanas. That's what we have to do. But hey.
Oh, man, I got them all.
I know. I got a great I even got one I got from the Swingman. The Swingman gave me a bandana on my birthday 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago.
Still so jealous of that.
That was a highlight. Yeah, that was a highlight. When the Swingman gives you a bandana, it's sitting over here. I definitely, it's a highlight of my life. But
you need to frame that one and never wear it.
No, I wore it once or twice. Definitely, I didn't have him sign or anything. He just gave it to me in the locker room after one of the tapings, BFG weekend. But hats probably. I saw Brian this weekend. Brian Felder, saw him this weekend. He was at AAW. He's always there, man. Look at his logo. His avatar is my t-shirt logo. Hey, Brian,
nice.
Put in the chat. How was that show, huh? That show was dope, man. AAW Legacy was the shit. So I highly encourage everybody to watch it on Fight TV. Josh Alexander, Mike Bennett, who is now at Impact,
stole the show.
Y'all, anybody who thought Mike Bennett couldn't go, this guy can go. So it's interesting, man. People were very skeptical about Mike Bennett, and but man, I swear, like that dude, I just gotta say, talking to Impact, Mike Bennett definitely held up. So.
Mike Bennett is not just a failed cuck gimmick, folks. He is a professional wrestler.
He did great, man. Josh and him were just something else. So, but just check it out. All right, let's jump in. We're a little late today, but let's jump in. NWA TNA number 99 took place on June 16, 2004. Now, I was on my buddy Dave's couch. Dave will be here. What?
Wait, I want to run down number 2.
Oh, my bad. Put it in reverse. We're going to run down a quick synopsis of Impact episode number 2 on Fox Sports Net, which led into this show. J-Bone, take it away.
All right. So we start out hot here with Kid Kash versus Amazing Red. Folks, if you missed this, it's not even 45 minutes. It's like 44 and change.
Mm-hmm.
Take a less than an hour out of your day and watch this episode. It starts out insane. Dude, Amazing Red is so hot, he even whips off his like skull thing, and like his red fuzzy hair goes poof. It's great.
Did you see the guy that I think he's already there in the episode you're watching? Towel guy in the audience. Have you seen the towel guy in the audience? Okay, look, I want you to look dead center next time. He should be there by this point. Black dude with a bright white shirt and with two towels. He's always spinning two towels.
Oh, I've seen him before. Yeah.
Towel guy is like Bill before Bill. Okay, really? Towel guy. He's at every show. Towel guy he's a forgotten hero. I don't know if Sabinite knew him. Oh, Sabinite. Oh, he's in Nashville at the time, but I gotta see. My buddy Gabe, who I met through Dave, who lives still in Orlando. Gabe was down there when Impact first started in Orlando, and he was going to all the early shows. I got to ask Gabe if he knows who Towel Guy is, because he was at all those shows too. But anyway, go. Yeah, let's talk to Gabe.
So Kid Kash starts out with Amazing Red here. Mm-hmm. Kid Kash, he wins, and he beats him with the. I'm trying to read my writing. I'm like, son of a. So he beats him with the Moneymaker Driver, which is awesome. It's a short. Now a lot of these are short matches, but they cram like so much into like a few minutes. It's it's an hour show, so they really got to fly. This one is unfortunately only like 4 minutes, but it's still a fun match. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm not going to talk about the in between stuff. Kazarian versus AJ Styles. Shut up and take my money. This is amazing.
You know why they did that? I guarantee it was to make up for the botched one on the Wednesday prior. Remember that one with the botched fucking finish? Where that stupid referee screwed it all up. I guarantee they rebooked it to do it that way. Yep.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about me and Kaz in San Francisco? We were both at the Metallica concert in San Francisco, and I found out he was, and I texted him. I'm like, "Are you here?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, we were literally sitting. Here's the stage. I was on this side of the arena. He was on the other opposite side. I'm like, right when we discovered you're both at the arena, I was like, "I'll come find you." He's like, "Cool." He's like, "Cool." And then right when we started the fucking, they went into the show started. I was like, "God damn it!" So, nice. I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah,
that's a trip.
Yeah,
great guy. So AJ Styles retains, but it's an amazing match. Kash he runs back out, and Kash and Dallas attack Styles. So
Lance Hoyt, for those who don't know, that's Dallas.
Yes.
Lance Hoyt. Dallas Lance Hoyt, yeah.
Yeah, Lance Archer, yes.
Keith, hopefully you're feeling better, buddy. Good night, man. Sorry for being late, but you have to rest up. We'll talk to you later. Catch the replay if you get a chance. Go ahead.
There you go. Yeah, hope you get better, Keith. Take care. You're in our prayers. David Young and the Naturals. Okay, so this is the funny thing here. David Young at this point is 0-54. Okay,
still, it's like Goldberg, but opposite, the other way.
Right. Still trying to get a win. Yeah, like the guppy version of Goldberg.
That's a good way to put it.
And they're like, so he's out there with the Naturals, and they're like, well, hopefully they can help him get a win this time. It's like, so and it's like, oh, well, who are they facing? Oh, they're facing 3 Live Crew. That ain't happening. No, 3 Live Crew win because they're still hot as hell, and you got the number 1 contender there amongst the 3, the Truth,
I'm so surprised they went with Truth. Aren't you at this point? I'm a little surprised they went with Truth again here.
I am, dude, but when you listen to that crowd, especially in Orlando, dude, they are bonkers.
Yeah, they are bonkers.
Bonkers, dude.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so now he's 0-55. Now, the funny thing is, somewhere on the next show here that we're going to get into, halfway through the show, Hudson talks to David Young, and he says 0-58. So I don't know what happened, but somehow he got 3 more losses between these two shows.
I think they purposely were doing it because it was like the Goldberg thing, though. It'd be like, oh, he wrestled on 5 house shows this weekend. Like they were always implying that he was on house shows. Actually, Mike TNA did cover that. He did say he was on some house shows weekend, last week or something. So they're implying he's on like house shows all weekend long too. Right. Which he was that time. He was pretty busy.
Yeah. Let's see. Marty Brown versus Sonny Siaki. He gets a pounce in the pin. This one's over pretty quickly. A lot of fun though. But Marty Brown's pretty over here. And funny is actually I should say Sonny's pretty over. He's a lot more over now than he used to be because they're actually trying to portray him as a good guy now. So, but Marty Brown gets the win.
Yeah.
Now the main event here, this is a blast. Team Canada, which is Williams, Roode, and EY, of course, out there with Scott D'Amore, against Team Mexico, which is Heavy Metal, Abismo, Negro, and Mr. Aguila. And for those of you asking, no, I forgot to look at what color thong he was wearing today. I apologize. So
people wondering about that? People asking to check that out?
Oh, you'd be like, oh, hey, I heard that Team Mexico is going to be on the next throwback. I'm like, yeah, I got it. Sorry,
thong
slipped. Sorry.
Right. Aguila now. Aguila is what's his name? S.A. Rios from WWE, right? The guy who Lita debuted with. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, long time ago.
Lita being relevant again, so good to mention that.
Yeah. She apparently she's getting a title match or something.
It's like, show back up, get a title match. Goldberg, show back up, get a title match. Is Goldberg back too? Did I imagine that, or did I see that legit?
He showed up on Friday, and yep, he's next.
Fucking A, Goldberg, dude. But did the crowd go nuts for him?
Oh, they always go nuts for him.
He's fucking Goldberg, dude. It's a thing, but the old guys still have there is an appeal, man. There is an appeal, dude. I don't know. I love Bill Goldberg. I used to have I had a framed Goldberg poster in the hallway of my room. Like I had a basement apartment type deal at my parents' house. Nice. Framed Goldberg poster, big Goldberg mark, huge mark.
Oh, he was like the hottest guy that was going when I got back into wrestling. So I instantly gravitated to him. I could care less who Stone Cold Steve Austin was at the time because I didn't give a shit about the WWF. I saw Goldberg and I was like, shut up and take my money. What? Lex Luger's on there? What? Hogan? Savage? Shut up. I'm watching this all day, all night.
Dude, WCW. I missed it so much. Anyway, anything else for Orlando?
Team Canada wins, and then Hector Garza came down and helped jump in, and then Lynn, Sabin, and I think it was Elix Skipper came down. So everyone's jumping on Team Canada because they've been quite successful.
It's amazing the differences in the booking between Orlando and Nashville at this point. Like in the same booking team, but they're produced so differently in a sense.
They are. It's a different. I mean, it's TV compared to pay-per-view. So there's the TV stuff feels just so much more refined, and the production is ridiculously better. Mm-hmm. And you got the bumper at the top, you got the bumper at the bottom. I totally forgot they had that, and sure enough, and you got the timer on each one, and
I loved it. I don't know what it was about those bumpers, but it felt like a sports event, you know? And that was the idea. That's what Fox Sports wanted. And I loved it.
Right, yeah, and they advertise their other sporting shows, and their other sporting shows advertised TNA. So,
well, it was an interesting year on Fox, and then they went to Spike, and all hell broke loose in a good way. I remember I still have the first Spike episode on VHS taped. I have it taped on VHS. It was that big of a deal.
You know, you can watch it on Peacock. You know.
Not on Peacock.
An HD on Peacock.
What, the first Impact on Spike?
Oh, not that. I thought you meant you were still talking about WCW. Sorry.
No. I'm talking about the first Impact on Spike when they moved over. Yeah. All right, cool. That's episode 2 of Orlando Days Impact Wrestling, which is again the same one you're watching today. The same show. It's been on for nearly 20 years. It's Impact 20 this year. Impact the TV show. Again, guys, you know what? I just got to point this out. Then we'll jump into the review. You have to give credit to people like Dixie Carter in this regard. There were times where this company didn't know if it was going to make it to tomorrow, and when they lost TV and they had to go to the Pursuit Network and God, what the hell else was it? The Destination America? Well, it wasn't terrible, but Pursuit, Pop, Destination America. No, Pursuit was afterwards. When they hit Pursuit, it was like, come on, like shit, like they're dying. But
that was the drizzling shits because they wouldn't even promote them. They would air
the wrong episode.
Right? Yeah, they air the wrong damn show. It's like, oh, geez.
Oh, dude, it was a mess. But you know what? It stayed on TV. It stayed consistent. You know, Impact, the TV show's been on since. It never left television. You know, and I got to give it to Dixie Carter, man. She really pulled it through. And then, you know, Anthem comes around and new life altogether, man. So it's the company that wouldn't die, man. I gotta say. Exactly. But Paul, WCW as a WCW entity started in 88, 89 when Turner bought it, but the NWA territory, that Crockett territory, goes back nearly 40 years prior. Just about. Yeah. All right. So, NWA TNA number 99, June 16, 2004. Now, I was on my buddy Dave's couch. We're probably chilling, watch some sandwiches because it's summertime. And Dave was going to be here next week. He's going to bring the couch. He's just going to take the couch from his dad's house and put it in his house and jump on the couch. But J-Bone, June 16th, 04. What do you got?
I got nothing.
That's pretty much it. Bull at least knows exactly where he was to the T on that. And usually Mark has like a dramatic story about like, man, we were poor, we were eating dirt, man. We were eating dirt in the streets in Detroit, but look at me now. Like me and hot wife made it, baby, and we're here now. You know, Mark's always got like a heroic pull through story for that kind of shit. But
like spam out of the can.
It's bad out of the can. Like, you know, the roads were rough and the sky was bumpy, but we made it. You know, some shit like that. All right, but we
drove uphill in snow both ways or some shit.
I asked a homeless man if he could lend me a few bucks. You know, things like that. We get a recap of 98 and Orlando episode 2, which J-Bone just did. Dusty making the JJ and Killings match official at number 100. Now, I got to point out one quick thing here. If you look at Wikipedia and shit like that, they are all out of order on the numbering of the shows. Like to them, the episode we're doing now is like 101 or something like that.
Oh, but yeah, totally.
We're going off of the Impact Plus listing, which is actually the correct one because they're at 100. You know, like they're literally at 100. Like it works out. So we're right. Wikipedia is wrong. Some of the other sites are wrong, but the other one of them is perfect. I think it's Cage Match or somebody's off, but the Fandom one is correct, I believe.
No, the Fandom one is way off.
That's off. Okay, I think Cage Match might be right.
Yeah,
what happened? Yeah, I think what happened was they counted the holiday recap episodes, and Impact doesn't count the holiday recap episodes as weeklies. They aired weekly, but they should not have been counted as numbered episodes but the other fandom sites, all those sites, they count them. So that's why you're always off by. I think they're off by 4.
Yeah,
or
it's a few, yeah.
A few, yeah, because you have the holiday ones. It's like 3 or 4 they're off by. So that's why, if you ever look it up. Mary, yes, we did used to watch the Olympics from his couch too. Actually, we would actually watch. I got to be honest. David and I did watch the Olympics. He's my, he's like one of my best friends, man. I mean, I don't see him as much right now because, COVID screwed a lot of shit up. But I mean, he's in the burbs, busy, kids and all. You'll see him though. But he's one of my best friends. I'll take a bullet for the guy right now. All right.
Oh, yeah, and I want to address this. Yeah, here, Zach Boniface says, like, the app is so trustworthy, no problems with it ever. Trent, I'm telling you, dude, it took me like 10 times logging in and out to try to watch these episodes today.
Are you serious?
Oh, I'm to the point, dude. I love doing this, but I'm to the point where I'm like, if we didn't get to 100, I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it.
The app is a mess. They stopped giving a shit about it. It's terrible. Like, I can't believe, but we're going off the numbers, Zach, of like the episode numbering. We're going off of that. We figure they're gonna at least have the correct number. So, but the rest of it, man, what a mess.
There is absolutely garbage in here.
But all right, let's jump in here. We open up a 3-live crew: Konnan, BG, and Ron Killings taking on the Elite Guard. This is consisting of it's like mercenaries.
Elite. Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Way before too. It's 3 dudes like dressed like mercenaries: Onyx, Chad Collier, who was an indie dolly at the time, and a familiar face. J-Bone, did you see the guy in there?
The TV debut on TNA of
Hernandez. No lot of cash, but Hernandez's debut was on this.
Oh my God, was he young here? Jiminy Christmas.
Super young on this. They are Jeff Jarrett's hired mercenaries. And was this match announced on the Friday pay-per-view, Jay, or was this just
No,
this came up?
No, they were announcing stuff for like the anniversary show, but not this one. No,
I love that Don West during this match points out. He goes, "The Elite Guard is a mirror ethnic image of 3-Live Crew. There's a black guy, a Hispanic guy, and a white guy." And then until he said it, I was like, "You're right. That's literally what they are. They got a Hispanic guy, a black guy, and a white guy." I was like, that's exactly what they did. It was hilarious. But I got to say, the crowd is on fire. They love Truth, man. You're right. He is like on fire here because he pins Hernandez in this. Jarrett runs out, tries to attack Truth. The Elite Guard attacks him. He gives a stroke to Ron Killings. There's a little bit of commotion. Russo comes in to stop everything. Jarrett turns around and guitars him to bloody hell. Russo is blood capsule, just pouring ketchup everywhere. Man, it was nuts. There was so much fake blood everywhere. It was bananas.
Note to self: don't leave the blood capsule in the ring while you're doing the promos.
Did you see it? I couldn't see it. Did you see it?
I thought I saw it. It could have been just like a puddle of blood. It could have been like another puddle of blood, but I thought I saw it like something. I don't know what they looked like back then, if it was a little pouch, if it was a pill or what. But I saw something like right next to where they were laying. And I'm like, it could be.
Yeah, usually it's a little baggy or something.
That's what it looked like. It looked like a little baggy. And I'm like, oh, why don't you zoom in on that a little more?
Oh, gosh. Where do we go from here? So that was the opening segment. We get a little Trinity and Desire history video package.
Desire.
And then, Jay, I'll let you set this one up. We have a debut of a legendary TNA knockout in this next match, taking on Trinity. You want to tell everybody up who that is?
4 years into the industry, she's 22 years old, future several-time knockouts champion, Trent.
Very much so.
We have Angel facing Trinity. Angel, a.k.a. Angelina Love.
The beautiful people. Dun, 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 dun. Fucking, this is after. Now, don't
Let
know.
the pigeons loose.
Yes. We need that soundbite. We got to get Simply Steve on that one. We need to let the pigeons loose. I don't know that.
But it's got to be Taz, because
Gotta be
Taz did
Taz.
it the best.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people don't know that Angelina Love wasn't developmental for FCW or Deep South Wrestling for WWE. This is after she got released over there. She made her way here.
Oh, I had no clue that she was part of. Like, I know that at one point there were two different ones. There was OVW and Deep South.
Yeah,
and then they wrapped up Deep South, and then eventually OVW went by the wayside too.
And then FSW or FCW was the other one.
Yeah,
I wonder if this is before or after she went to Deep South. Might have been after, I think. I know she got released from Deep South. That was the big thing.
This has to be after.
Yeah.
Unless she, like, I don't see. That's the thing is, I know the Knockouts, like, official brand of the Knockouts starts, what, 4 years later?
3 years later, in 07. Bound for Glory 07.
07. Okay, I thought it was 08. So, but I don't know, like, how often the women are on TV up until then. Like, is it pretty much just everyone, boom, here's Knockouts, or is it a trickle effect? I don't know.
No, it's pretty much Gail, Trinity, Tracy Brooks, and that's how it starts with.
Okay.
So it's not a lot, man. 07 is when it started to make its way to TV and everything. Yeah. So Trinity's tough as nails, man. She beats the shit out of her. She wins against Angelina. She like picks up a chair and she just smash mouths Angelina, right? And and then she knocks Angelina to the ground. She puts a chair under her, and then she moonsaults on her. It was brutal, man. And then Desire.
It's great to watch Trinity like do this. It's also interesting to watch Angel sell all this stuff and take all this. I mean, you can call it a squash match, but it's not over in like 10 seconds. I mean, they have a match.
Yeah, she sold like her ass off on this one for sure.
I haven't seen biting like that from a woman since I left my ex-wife for her sister.
God bless Crazy Steve.
But no, this is Angelina Love's debut. I mean, you look at her, you think she's a jobber. She's a 6-time Knockouts champion. A few years later, you know what I mean? Like, you never know. Pay attention to your rookies, guys. You never know, man. You never know who's going to turn out to be like another star someday.
Wild.
So, that is wild. Then we go. I mean, I keep forgetting to take this out at the beginning of the show. We go to Scott Hudson with Irish Pat Kenney and Sonny Siaki.
Do you have to hide it when the nurse comes over? Is that why you? Be honest now. Be honest.
No. No, I put it away from the desk. I work at this desk. I put it away, so I'm not doing this on a work call all day. Somebody's like, "All right, we're gonna get that report to you by the end of the day." I'm like, "You got it."
And they're like, "What the hell was that?"
Pick up parcel number 59. Like, Trent, where are you? Portillo's or something? I'm getting a sandwich. Roast beef with everything. Things like that. That's what I would do all day.
You come across a client that you're not exactly happy with. You go, "No soup for you.
No soup for you. Hold the relish." I would literally do it all day. If the fucking thing was on my desk, I'd be fired for being a moron all day long.
Who is this guy?
Who do we hire over here? So they got a humiliation box match coming up. Pat's talking about. God. This is great. Pat's talking about all the attacks from the NYC, and the loser has to dress up in the humiliation box items for 30 days. Siaki, 30 days. Siaki pulls out a box and says, "Wait till you see what we got in store." So this is great. We're gonna get to this in a second, and then we go right to it. The match: Irish Pat Kenney, which is Simon Diamond, against Sonny Siaki against Glenn Gilbertti and Johnny Swinger, the Swingman. The Swingman from today, if you don't know. Humiliation box match. Now, at the top of the ramp are everybody's boxes. Glenn and Johnny brought out boxes that said "Stupid Siaki" and "Dumb Bum Kenney" or something. like it's a DUBM instead of dumb, and then "Stupid" with 2 O's.
Yeah, STOOPID, stupid.
And then DUBM Kenney or Pat or whatever. And then Siaki and Kenny's box is up there too. Now the other what's that referee's name? He's on AEW now. The shitty one. Posey. He's up there watching it. He's watching the boxes.
He's guarding. He's like, I got this.
He's a moron at the end.
Here. I got this.
I don't know if you caught what he did at the end, but we'll point it out. So we got a picture-in-picture of Russo being taken out in like a car, going to the hospital by Burt Prentice and Dusty Rhodes. Great match. I thought the match here was fun and fucking hot. It was awesome. I thought the match was fun as shit. The crowd wanted it.
The match was great. The gimmick, I mean, the gimmick was like, what are we doing here? But like if you just ignore the gimmick, I mean, we laugh later at the result, but the match is good. It's because you really, it makes you wonder, like, well, who's going to win? Of course, you want the bad guys to win so they're humiliated. So, but yeah. It's but it was interesting. But the Pat and Siaki do win. Now NYC refuses to put So okay, this moron, right? So first they refuse to win. They refuse to put the stuff on. They're walking out. JB gets in the mic and he goes, "If the NYC doesn't comply by the end of the night, they'll be fired." Okay, right. And now Rudy Charles like, "Can bring it down, Posey. Bring the stuff down." Posey brings down the stupid Siaki and dumb Kenney ones, which is the ones the heels brought down. And you see Rudy Charles go, "No, the other ones." He's like, "Bring the other box." Why are you bringing these? Like, the other box is the one you got to bring. They lost. Oh, okay. So this moron puts it down and runs back up and gets him. Like, Posey is the worst referee I've ever seen in my entire life that's made it to TV. Seriously, what a hunk of shit his refereeing is, man. He does something. I don't remember what it was I was watching, or which show, because I watched 2 different episodes. But he does something, and he literally was all out of sorts at the start of a match where he kept accidentally running behind one of the wrestlers, and they were like, trying to crisscross or whatever, and Posey's like, trying to get out of the way, but he keeps getting in the way. Oh my God.
I love Stifler. Stifler for Hall of Fame for sure. Yeah, he's terrible. Posey sucks.
Stifler's back for the Florida tapings. I don't know if they were keeping him or if it's like a temporary thing because of
he lives down there. No, he lives down there, so they're like, "Hey, we're here. We can use you." Yeah. I need to, I still haven't watched last week's. I need to catch up on last week's. I need to get on that.
Trent.
I know. I'm busy, J-Bone. But I'll watch it tomorrow.
Come on, man.
I'll watch it tomorrow. Come on, man. We go to Scott Hudson with Raven. We get a video highlight package of the Sabu feud. And Raven talks kind of over about the Sheik and how the Sheik and the Promise being dead. I didn't know that the Sheik trained Raven. I looked at it, he kept saying the Sheik trained me. I didn't know the Sheik trained Raven. So
right. Well, and that just makes sense because it's like, okay, so you trained Raven, you trained Sabu, then like you have that. It's like a brotherhood, I guess, for lack of better words. So it's like, you picture the Sheik saying, "You gotta promise me you never face each other. You're family. You stay family. You never fucking wrestle each other, or I'll whip you with my fucking turban." Sheik shit.
Sheik shit. Some of that Sheik shit.
Is that close, you think?
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, he wasn't really a Sheik. See, pretty close.
It's like from Detroit, right?
From Detroit, yeah. He's Lebanese, I believe, or a quarter Lebanese. That's about it. It's only Middle Eastern. But
it's close.
It's close. Cool. Sanjay is taking on Sanjay taking on Raven on this one. Raven's rules match. Raven attacks Sanjay right at the entrance, right before he comes in. Mocking Sabu the whole time during the match. Andrew Thomas counts it to end the match. Like, he just beats the piss out of Sanjay. And
he does. It's ugly.
It's ugly. Then he starts beating him more, right? Call your buddy. Come on, Sanjay. You're slapping him, choking him, kicking him. And he's like, come on, Sanjay. Come on, call your friend, Sanjay. Come on. He's like, and then eventually, he's choking him. He's like, come on, Sanjay. And he goes, and then the lights go out, and then he appears. Crowd goes fucking ape shit. Sabu comes in, and he's refusing. He won't fight Raven. He will not touch Raven. Raven's antagonizing him. Hit me. Come on, hit me. Come on, Sabu, hit me. He keeps punching Sabu, slapping him. Hit me, Sabu. Sabu's like, and at one point, about to choke him, but he lets it down and attends to Sanjay. Hit me. Come on, Sabu. And eventually, security comes and breaks it up. Dusty gets in the mic and says, that's enough. That's enough. J-Bone, do your Dusty impersonation.
That's enough. You stop hitting him with your turban.
And Dusty says, you want to hit somebody? Hit me. Come on, man. Hit me. And then Raven bails. So that's what that's where we go. So that was a long segment, but Raven and TNA is my favorite Raven. He is at creative peak in TNA. Like, you can't beat Raven in TNA, man. He's so good at this point. I don't know, man. Jay, anything to add to this one?
No. It's just fun because it's a little piece of old school. There's not a lot of old school that's still a part of this brand. A lot of it's all homemade guys now, or obscure guys like D-Lo, So
yeah,
that's cool.
It is cool. It is very cool. So we leave off there. Scott Hudson looking for Jeff Jarrett, but David Young appears. And he's like, well, Scott, I'm trying to get some wins over here, baby. And Scott's like, look, man, I'm sorry. You're just not even booked today. So you don't have to worry about losing. You're not even going to win.
Right, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. It's like, wait, you're 0-58. You're not even booked today. You don't have to worry about losing. You don't even have a match. So, yeah.
And he's like, I need Russo. I need to talk to Russo. And Scott's like, well, Russo's on here. I need to talk to Russo. And in the middle of it, Eric Watts comes in, sets up a fucking table right next to the scene. And he's like, I want Gold Digger. Bring me Gold Digger. Come on. Yeah. And he's like, she wants my contract. He goes, I want a contract with her in exchange for mine. And I want all my money back. I'm going to get my money. I'm going to get my money. So he's just sitting there. Eric Watts sets up at a table next to Scott Hudson. Just sitting there. We get a AJ and Kid Kash video package. A little history there. And then, Jay, your boy Dallas, Lance Archer, taking on AJ Styles. The crowd loves AJ Styles.
I think there's about 5 pregnancies during this match.
That's dude. They go nuts.
It's either one woman or several women. It's kind of hard to tell for the audio, but there are several high-pitched screams during this match, and I don't know what it is, but man, there were some baby making going on during this match. My God,
dude. I mean, AJ's a good-looking dude, right? I mean, he is very. In 2004, that's what the good-looking guys look like, man. And he's got a great body. He's a star wrestler. I mean, come on, it's AJ Styles. Even to this day, he's a good-looking guy. You know what I mean? Like, the women went nuts for him. The fact that they didn't really push him as a heartthrob is kind of interesting. You know, like
it reminds me of something. Like you're talking about how he's a good-looking guy, and then I just saw like a picture of him from Monday Night Raw. And he still has some longer hair, but he's got a great smile. He's a very attractive male for his age. So And then I was just thinking about your hair for a minute. So do me a favor. Look, I know your hair is significantly longer than AJ's.
Yeah.
Just do me a favor and don't go with the AJ Styles look. I don't think it would suit you.
Like the suburban mom look that he does.
Yeah, the hot soccer. Yeah,
hot soccer mom haircut.
You would not.
I'm not doing that.
No, yeah, no, please don't.
I'm going. It's gone, Jay. But it's going. It's just it's lawnmowered, man. It's going. But look at Courtney's getting all hot and bothered. Look at that. She's a great body for sure. Look at that, huh? We had a nerve with Courtney here. She's talking. She's thinking about AJ's bod. He's a good-looking dude, man.
He still has it. He still got it.
I had
Illinois was buried by the Undertaker.
One of me and Dave's friends used to ask us, like, would you shop at a store called AJ's Styles? He used to ask us this back in the day. If you went to the mall and it's AJ's Styles and it's run by AJ Styles, would you shop at that store? We all would, like a bunch of marks. We'd be like, wait, just Styles owns that store. I'm going to go buy a pair of pants,
Totally.
I would, honestly, Jay, if you ever see it, I would love to meet him again. I have not met him since 2010. So it's been a long time since I've seen AJ, in person. Like I've met him, I truly would just love to talk to him again and be like, dude, and this is like a mark. This might sound markish, but I got to be honest. I feel like I grew up with him. Like we're roughly the same age. We're about like a couple years apart, maybe 2. And I remember when me and Dave started watching this, it's like, dude, we were like the same age. He was coming up as a rook. He's basically a rookie. Yeah. And we saw the evolution of this guy over the next decade from this point, and he's in my opinion, the greatest wrestler of this generation. He is the absolute number one greatest of this generation. There's nobody better, in my opinion, than AJ Styles of this era. And because the most versatile, I mean, he's been to every company. He's dominated every company. Like he's been the top guy. So I don't want to tell him that. I want to feel like, dude, you're the one guy. I truly felt like I grew up with you. I watched it happen, and I saw it, and we were the same age, and I was there, dude. I met him the first time. Dave and I met him was in 2005. We met him at a house show in 2005. And he was a sweetheart then, man. He was a sweetheart then. I mean, I know he's a good guy now, man. So like, I'd love to just meet him. That'd be cool. So anybody if he's ever doing a signing or an appearance, please let me know. But AJ's the man, dude. Was he WWE champion, Jay? Did he win that title?
He's been WWE champ a couple times. Like there's a couple, there's like the red brand and the blue brand or whatever. But yeah, he's been champ a few times since he joined the WWE. And I think he was champ or some kind of champ when he came to town here a couple years ago. He had a signing at like one of those car shows.
That's where he does it usually. Yeah, that's where usually you'll find him.
And I'm kicking myself because I wanted to go down there and see him. This is like 3-4 years ago, pre-COVID. Yeah. But I was like, yeah, and I would still love to meet him. It's like though I don't watch the brand, the guy's been everywhere and he's done everything. So yeah.
And that's my argument. Mir saying Shawn Michaels is better than AJ. And that's why I disagree with you. Shawn Michaels is protected by one company and one style his whole life. He briefly AWA in the beginning, but very, very little. AJ Styles has been in every major company and dominated every major company at the top level. Yeah. Like he wrestled every different style. Heavyweight, X-Division, tag team, you name it. Every different style in every company and been on the top of each one. Diversity trumps, to me, what the WWE narrative was to sell me that Shawn Michaels is the greatest of all time. And he's not. He's one company. He's one fucking company, one style. WWE's trying to convince everybody. He's like those great. I'm like, dude, AJ Styles has done it all over the world. That's the bottom line.
And it's all subjective, but I completely see your point. I agree with you. I agree with you. I still think HBK is definitely one of the best in the world. But as far as yeah, if you look at it that way, like where they've gone, what they've done all over the world, then then you could definitely make that argument. I totally agree.
I feel like Shawn Michaels in world class. He was like a jobber in world class. I feel like I started. You ever see this moron, this JD guy who does like podcasts? All he does is yell all the time. He's like a fucking asshole.
He's a New Yorker. He's pissed off, and
everything. He hates the world, but
he's so angry because he's got this raging case of chlamydia that crawls out of his ass like every couple of weeks. It's horrible. I feel bad for the guy, but it's like, hey, you caught it. You deal with it.
You guys got to listen to the Get My Go show. Get My Go is like a roast show of other podcasts, and it's hosted by Joe Feeney, Mike Durband, and Husey, who's like this Irish. I think he's Irish, and he's hilarious. Like they're all affiliated with the Keeping It 100 podcast. Joe Feeney's a producer, and Mike Durband's a producer, and Hugie's the behind the scenes guy, but he does his own stuff too. Hugie's hilarious. Get My Go roasts this guy, and it's amazing. But what I was saying was, I guess I'm ranting like that guy about my AJ Styles love. I guess we're going off on that. But Paul knows what's up. All right. Let's keep going here. We got, where do we leave? All right, so Dallas and Kid Kash. All right, sorry, AJ Styles. Match was great. Kash at one point limps down on crutches because they alluded to him breaking his like fibula at the Orlando tapings, but he's walking kind of.
Yeah, they're like, he's got a broken bone, but he's going to wrestle AJ Styles for the title next week. It's like, no. You can't put those two things in the same sentence. No.
You shouldn't have gone broken bone. They could have said sprained ankle, then I could have said, okay, he'll be there next week. Broken bone, he should not be there.
A bruised bone or bruised something.
Yeah. So then what happens here? We got AJ wins. He rolls up Dallas. Kash comes down, he comes to the ring. He breaks the crutch over AJ's back, and they start beating him down. D'Lo makes his return, saves AJ, gets on the mic, says, just like my dog over here, AJ Styles, I want to be NWA World Champion. So he's back in the hunt for the title now. So D'Lo is right back in the hunt. I'm again surprised everyone went with him. He was so popular. Back.
And I was excited to see him pop up because we've seen the vignettes over the last few weeks on the different shows. Like, oh, D'Lo's coming back soon. It's like, oh, okay,
yeah.
But then he gets in the ring and says that he's going for the title right away, and I'm like,
get Mike.
Isn't this what he did before when he jumped in a couple years ago?
Yeah, just kind of jumped ahead of everybody.
Yeah, and it's like, well, that's fine, but it's like, do something different with him. Don't do the same thing you did with him 2 years ago.
I don't even know what to do with them. And they're kind of stuck. It's weird, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
but he's over.
Very over. We go to this is a great segment here, Jay. The next one, Scott Hudson with the NYC, and they're refusing to come on screen. He's like, come on, Glenn, Gilbertti, Johnny Swerve, come over here. You gotta come over. He's like, we're not coming over. Goddamn, screw you, Hudson. We look like imbeciles. He's like, come on over. So they appear, and Glenn is dressed as a full-on leprechaun, and Swinger is dressed as a hula girl, and he keeps fixing his coconut bra. Disco is wearing, I'm talking leprechaun, top hat, the tights, the shoes. He is like, we look ridiculous, goddammit. It's like they're so pissed. Swinger's like, I can't believe I gotta wear this. He's like, quit fixing your bra. Like they're just comedy. It's comedy gold here. And he's like, look at me, Hudson. I'm a freaking leprechaun.
The fact that Swinger is like constantly looking down and playing with his coconuts throughout the whole promo.
Like, it was. Did he wear what conga line? What conga are we talking about? Oh, the conga line that was coming up. That happened a little while ago. Swinger wore that in the conga line too. That's awesome.
That's a hell of a throwback.
See, that is a good catch.
See now, if he did that, And, I would have been like, oh, ha ha, that's funny.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it. I get it now.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious. I wish I would have seen this before I seen that, because then I would have straight pissed myself laughing.
David Young comes in and says, "Hey, need your help, man? Come on, help me." He's like, "Glenn's like, I'm a freaking leprechaun. What am I supposed to do with you?" He's like, "Go find Dusty Rhodes. He helps everybody. Leave me alone."
Oh, yeah, Dusty. Yeah, I'll go find Dusty. Yeah.
Yeah. And then D-Ray just pops up. He's like, "Y'all know the ring's at?" And he's like, Scott's like, "D-Ray, you're not even booked tonight." He's like, "It rings that way." And he's like, "No, the ring's always that way." He goes, "I just walks off." And Disco's like, "Do they drug test around here? What the hell's going on in this place?"
He's picking his hair, and he goes, "Yeah, like Fear the Fro," and walks off camera. It's like, oh, what? This segment is absolutely hilarious. I was dying with this one, man. Just a funny segment. I was really hoping the artwork you were going to make for this one, Jay, was going to be them in the costumes. God. I was tempted, but I was having too much fun finding this.
Get me an alternative one if you can. I want to just put that out to Swinger and Disco, because they always are. They're good about retweets and shit too.
With the close up on D-Ray,
or just if you can get just the two of them, because they're good. I don't know where D-Ray is. I don't think he's on Twitter, so it would be a waste. NWA Tag Team Title match: Monty Brown and Abyss, which is a good team on paper here. Actually, with Goldilocks not in their corner, but at the top of the ramp, versus AMW, America's Most Wanted. Storm, I thought, was on fire during this match. I thought he stood out big time. Gold Digger at the top of the ramp, kind of looking frustrated, but the match was solid. The match was super solid.
This was a lot of fun, but it was also a hot mess. I don't remember who was reffing it, but at one point, there is completely no remembering who's legal at the point.
Yeah, that's chaotic in that thing.
It ends with the illegal guys finishing the match. That's how messed up it is at the end. But the match is fun. Don't get me wrong. It didn't ruin it for me, because sometimes it becomes so chaotic. It's what the hell is this? But no, this was a lot of fun. Monty Brown, a young Monty Brown and Abyss tag teaming at this point.
Pretty cool, man.
I'm honestly a little shocked they didn't take it from AMW. But AMW is so hot right now with this.
Yeah, they're on ultimate fire. Now, but you're right though. Looking at it, I'm surprised they never gave it to this team of Monty and Abyss, because they were a good team. Good night, Courtney. Have a good night. Paul, you as well.
And I'm also surprised because this is, now I could be wrong, but is this the first time they're putting brand new ring gear on Abyss?
It looked new. It had skulls and shit on it. It looked new.
Right. It had tribal. It was all black.
Yeah.
He had the shiny pleather pants, whatever. And then he had the cut off sleeveless vest thing with the white tribal stuff on the side. He had always come out before with dark jeans and a light blue cut off
denim
shirt. Right. That's old school Abyss.
Mm-hmm.
And so this looked fresh. So I was like, oh, is this a new start for them? Is this the start of a push? Are they actually going to keep them together? But
no, I think they do a couple more things, but they never get the belts. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There was a pounce that Monty hit on Harris that I thought Daniel killed him. Did you see that?
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Oh my God. I was like, that. There's no way to make that not hurt. That dude looks like he'll kill you, man. What a beast.
Yeah.
Good night to the people who are leaving. Thanks for joining us live tonight. The Naturals get involved, and it's at the kind of like when the breakdown's all happening, and the ref calls for a DQ. The Naturals then steal A&W's clothes.
They steal the jackets, and they show them at ringside, and they show what are the guys' names again?
Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas. No,
Andy Douglas has Harris's it's like a bomber type jacket.
Yeah,
and he's like, he's like playing with his hair, and he's like, oh yeah, where's the camera? And it's like he's doing this shit. I'm like, Harris doesn't act like that.
Yeah. Did you also notice
hilarious.
how much bigger that jacket was on Andy Douglas? I'm like, damn, Harris is jacked. Because Andy Douglas, he was drowning in that jacket, man. It's like shit.
Harris is like what, 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, he's up there.
The Naturals were smaller guys. They weren't tiny. They weren't like, they weren't minis by any means, but they were smaller and girth, whatever.
Chase Stevens still in the family though. He showed up last year and all that, or year before on Impact.
He's still going. I just saw him on a poster advertised for something down south.
He looks good, man. Week. He looks great, dude. Chase Stevens looks fantastic.
He's in good shape. He's in good shape. In fact, he was running his own company, I think.
Wildcat.
Yeah.
Ironically, Wildcat Chris Harris. Wildcat's ironic. I just don't realize that.
Right. And it was actually on TV. It wasn't very good, but it had TV.
My buddy lives in New Orleans where they tape, and he did a few matches for him too. So, my buddy Mike Bradley did a few matches. I think he's retired officially now, but he did a couple of things at Wildcat.
Yeah, Chase Stevens still looks great.
Looks great, man. Watts and Goldilocks are backstage arguing with Scott Hudson, trying to get a word.
Oh my god!
And this is chaotic, and it's fun chaotic. Because at one point, they're, I got you. He's like, no, give my money. And you just at one point, it's like commotion, security, But at one point, you just hear Goldie scream, screaming, it's ridiculous.
Well, that's when Abyss jumped in there, and all you see is a bunch of security heads. You see Abyss on top of Watts, and you don't even see her, but she's like, you can still hear her. Yeah, just screaming her psycho head off. It's great.
Wait, Zach, was the 1000th Storm match? Was that Chase Stevens? No, it wasn't. Was it on Impact? When Storm did his 1000th match, that wasn't against Chase. I don't think so. Did he show up during that road to 1,000? I don't know. Now you got me. Somebody look this up. But he wasn't the opponent on 1,000. I don't remember that. Maybe I know he's in the family. He shows up when they need him and shit. So, interesting. Somebody confirm that, please. Don West, Electric Blue on Electric Blue at this point. Scott Hudson.
Very sexy.
Very sexy. Scott. Hey, Don West Microbrawler on sale today. Yes. All proceeds go to Don's cancer fund.
It's on sale for a week. So if you can't do it today, you gotta wait a few days. It's $14.99. All proceeds go straight to Don.
Good way to donate, guys. It was the EY. That's right. Thanks, Zach.
Okay. I won't look it up. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah. We go to Mike Tenay with a sit down with Team Canada. DeMore, Eric Young, Bobby Roode, Petey Williams. Tenay kind of riles them up a little bit. Hey, why can't they talk out for themselves? And Bobby Roode, I think, asked DeMore, is like, yeah, Scott, why can't we talk? Something like that. And then Scott gets all pissed off, and he starts yelling at Tenay, you want to talk to my boys? I'll tell you what you got to do. Tell me what to do. I'll off and see. I'll live it knowing that you'll be paying for your sins like today. Just doing the French-Canadian stuff. But
he went full Scott DeMore on him. It was hilarious.
It was intense. Video package.
The Tenay face during this whole thing was incredible. He just
unmatched. Tenay face was great. We had a video package on all the different team warfare going on. And then we get to the main. It's Team Canada, Petey, Eric Young, Bobby Roode versus Team NWA, Jerry Lynn, Chris Sabin, Elix Skipper. It's a flag match. Well, I immediately thought about this, J-Bone. Out of these 6, 3 of them were ended up becoming TNA World Champions. Think about that. So three TNA World Champions, tag team champions all over the place throughout all of them. X-Division champions in this. I mean, it is like this was the future of the company right here. You know, this was like everybody who meant anything. Great match. I mean, just there's no sense in going into like detail by detail here unless Jay has something specific, but the people we just named off, it's like they're the best of the best. The match itself was fantastic. The more kept interfering. Every time NWA guys got close to the flag, the more hockey stick them. Eventually, EY gets to hang the Canadian flag and they win. But anything specific you had on this one, Jay?
Oh, it was just Don West keeping on complaining about Scott D'Amore was priceless. Like,
right.
He like right when Eric Young climbs up again, right after Jerry Lynn was like right there with the flag, and Scott D'Amore reaches in the ring, slides the flag across the EY. EY runs up there, he's like, oh, Scott D'Amore helped EY again.
He interfered a lot, dude. He got in a lot. Like, D'Amore, I mean, I gotta be honest. I had to point at a certain point, I got agitated. I'm like, come on, how many times is he gonna hit somebody with the hockey? I mean, I get it. The whole point was to agitate me as a viewer. But I was like, son of a bitch, it got me.
They are really drawing the heat. They are.
Yeah. NWA's not getting rid.
Hey, if 20 years later, if you're getting upset, hey, then you know they did good.
You're right though, man. Because I was riled up. I was like, come on, how many fucking times did I get involved here? And I'm like, shit, they got me. Son of a bitch, they got me 20 years later. But that was it. They celebrate bad. I mean, they're milking this feud out. This feud's going heavy. So you got time on this one still. And the last segment of the night is Scott Hudson with Jeff Jarrett. And he says Russo was at the wrong place at the wrong time, whatever. And he takes a couple of party shots at Ron Killings. No real plugs for Orlando during the show much at all. And that's it. They went off the air with Jarrett at the end. I thought that was kind of a flat ending.
It's weird.
I like when they go off with a match victory. And then today's like, we'll see you next week. That's
something surrounding the ring.
Yeah. Ending in a backstage Scott Hudson interview segment was like, didn't really, it doesn't hype you much for next week. But I don't know. So because
at this point, nobody gives a shit about what happened to Russo because of everything else that's going on.
But that was NWA TNA number 99, everybody. That's the end of it. That was a great, fun, action-packed episode. And next week is number 100. I am excited.
What about number 3?
Oh, yeah. J-Bill's going to watch number 3. Number 3 of the Orlando episode, the subsequent Orlando.
I'll watch number 3, guys.
Thanks for volunteering, J-Bo. But that's it, guys. I mean, I hope you all watched along with us, the throwback folks. I hope you watched along with us. People watch this on demand. I hope you're watching along with the episode as well, so you're familiar with it. But again, Dave is joining us next week to talk about 100. Big episode for them, 2-year anniversary show. They do run a trailer at the end to hype that. But that's it, man. It was fun. I mean, we're coming up on the last dozen. The dirty dozen is left for NWA TNA. They leave. We have 12 more weeks of it. So basically, by September, they're out. That's the end of it. I remember that the idea was to be to go through the summer and then basically to finish it by the time the school year started. It was the idea. So they're done.
It's wild because it feels like the Tennessee crowds are getting like wilder and wilder. So it's almost like a competition. Like, no, don't go down to Florida. Stay here. Look, we'll prove ourselves to you. That's almost what the crowds feel like right now.
Yeah. What's funny about that too is like because of the popularity of the company now, being on Fox Sports and them getting more exposure. Now everybody's like, now there's probably more people coming to Nashville. You know, there are probably more people in Nashville are like, oh, we'll see that TNA thing they're always doing at the fairgrounds. So they're more popular, but now they're leaving. So it's like, kind of sucks. Like it hurts, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to talk to Sabin again about what the feeling was when they left. Were people bitter? There was a couple of people in Orlando that were upset when they left Orlando, the zone. So, you know, did people get upset?
I'm sure there were. I mean, they needed to leave Orlando. And I mean, I don't think I've heard anyone, honestly, myself personally, that I've heard anyone say like, "Oh no, they should have stayed." It's like, no, that was a ship that was sinking. If they would have stayed in Orlando, they would not be in business today. Period.
Yeah, and the only people really upset about them leaving Orlando was the people in Orlando. So that kind of makes sense, right? But other than that, man, they had to grow. You know, you couldn't stay there forever.
Yeah.
But that's the show, man. That is 99. I'm psyched, J-Bone. We're getting into the triple digits, my man.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy to think we're in triple digits of this? Like, that's intense that we're in triple digits of throwback. And remember, guys, Jay and I, we did it. We started this whole thing for the beginning.
Like 2 years ago.
Yeah, dude, 2 years ago.
It was about 2 years ago.
Yeah, we skipped a few weeks and stuff. So we would have been, I think we probably in 2 years maybe skipped almost maybe roughly 7 to 10 weeks, you know, here in their holidays and days off. We may have skipped a dozen. We may have been done by now had we stayed the course.
Well,
but
I know we started, and then it was like a couple months later we had left the lounge.
Yes, yeah, we brought the show to the main channel. Yeah. So I mean, yeah,
we didn't do the throwbacks on the lounge. We purposely wanted to start original content. It was like the slow beginning of the change. That was the goal.
That was the idea. We were like, you know, hey, we still got our channel, which is TNI right now. And the idea was that, you know, we were doing the weekly show in the lounge, and that's what got us our baseline of things and everything. But when we decided to move, you know, we were doing this show just to keep it alive on during the lounge years. But then we decided to move, and that was it. So this is where we're at now. We've built TNI to several thousand listeners a week. You know, I mean, several tens of thousands a month. It's pretty amazing. 1,600 today.
Think about this. Two years ago, give or take a little bit, this channel was at less than 200 subs. It now just cracked 1,600.
1,600 today, I believe, right?
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. We have all of you to thank for it. Honestly, we really, really do appreciate it. It means a lot. It really does. It really does mean a lot. I mean, I might not be on Thursdays anymore, and this is the one I focus on. But you know, in 2 years, we've come a long way with doing this. There was a Patreon. We have a Discord community that we have literally formed and brought Impact fans to, and created a whole world over there. Honestly, guys, let me and Jay, plug this again on Thursday. Encourage the listeners. Tweet out about the Discord during Impact. Invite more Impact fans to join that, because it's a great community. So
it's fun, and it's not like just another social media, because I know some people are so addicted to social media they're on it 24/7, and that becomes toxic. Ours is, I don't want to say I police it heavily and we keep it clean. Our audience, I mean, we get a couple troublemakers here and there,
sure,
but it's very few and far in between now.
We
have a great core audience that's just talking about everything and anything. It's not just, I keep saying this, it's not just Impact. It's sports. It's, you know, Courtney watches everything, so she plugs everything. It's fun.
Pop culture and everything.
Pop culture, music. There's someone always plugging classics in there. It's fun, you know.
It's a great community, guys. Seriously, like I just want to task everybody with this. During every week of Impact, just tweet it out with the Impact on Access TV hashtag. Tweet out a link to the Discord. Just share it out there. We'll do it too. We'll get better about doing it too. Jay, we'll mention it to the team. Everybody get good about doing it. Plug it out, man. I really do want more fans to get in on this because we got a good community there. It's a fun community, man. So put it out to the folks, man. Put it out. Don't be shy. Share the wealth.
It's the most place you're gonna. I'm not saying that we're the be all end all of what you have to see and or hear as far as Impact content. But if you want to interact with us, that's where you're going to see us the most. Yeah,
that's the place. And other fans, not even just us. I mean, I just connect with other fans. Connect with other fans like-minded fan base. So just go for that. But
there you go.
Let's get the plugs in here. J-Bone, where can people find you?
You can find me over on that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast. Oh my God, guess what? I could do something tomorrow night because we're not doing throwbacks on Tuesday anymore.
There you go. Smash on Tuesday.
I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow night. I'll think of something. I got a bunch of shit to catch up on. So yeah, find that at YouTube, Twitch, and wherever you get your podcast audio. You can also find me over on the Twitter box most of the time. Catch me in the Discord most of the time, honestly. But if you want to follow me on the Twitter box, it's JBone5150.
There you go, guys. Trenzberrio for me over on Twitter. The show at We Talk Impact on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Please give it a follow, guys. Available on all audio platforms of the show, video and audio. Audio is at Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Twitter Radio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Rate, review, and subscribe, please. Twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact, YouTube.com/Total Nonstop Impact, ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Also have our Spreadshirt store. Go ahead. The link is in the description of below or on our link tree of the bio and on Twitter at We Talk Impact. Just get the link tree link. Tons of merch in there. New merch coming up.
This brand new throwback logo is all over that.
That's it. I love that, Jay. I love it. I saw that. We got fanny packs, you name it, guys. Tons of shit. So
I'll
get some merch.
What's fun is I'm not a big style of the classic like baseball style shirt, but you see like the classic baseball style shirt, like white center and the red sleeves and this big ass logo in the middle. It looks
I like that.
Awesome. That's what I'm saying.
I like that. Definitely going to get that for myself. I like that. But yeah, guys, check it out, man. Support the show. Please do. We at patreon.com/We Talk Impact. Guys, Patreon bonus show. Mark adjusted some of the tiers, so there's a little more affordability in some of them. There are a little more options for you guys if you want to check it out. So please look into the Patreon. If you're not a patron already, there's some really low tiers. If you are looking to pay a lot, you could just do an appreciation tier and just kind of throw us a few bucks,
The lowest one right now is $3.
$3. What are you spending $3 on bullshit every day? I mean, come on, Bonifer, I know you have 1,000 Funko Pops for God's sake. J-Bone hasn't eaten in weeks because you won't spend $3 on Patreon. J-Bone,
I'm down to Cheetos and drinking syrup.
Oh my God, Bonifer, just forego your latest Funko. No, I don't want to single out Zach. I can't do that. Zach's been a day one guy for us, but then even you other cheapskates. No, I'm just kidding. All right, listen, $3. It ain't gonna cost you shit. I've seen you people spend more on a fucking mocha frappuccino at Starbucks. All right, so just chalk up your $3 and give me something. I'm eating ramen noodles over here for a month.
I'm eating dollar bags of cough drops for God's sake.
I shop at Dollar Tree. It's not even Dollar Tree anymore. It's $1.25 Tree. Jeez, what are we gonna do, J-Bone? We're dying over here.
I picked them off the fucking tree.
Who picked them off the tree? J-Bone's dying over here. All right, guys, we got to get out of here. We're hungry. We're starving. All right, listen, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back next Monday with number 100. Dave is joining us. He'll be here. If he doesn't, I'm going to look like a real moron plugging him 15 times today. But join
is the couch?
The couch is at his dad's house. Now, it'd be a real trip if you went to the couch. That'd be something. I'll ask him. I should ask him if I can have the fucking couch. His dad, they reupholster of the couch too.
That'd be kind of scary. Like this, usually couches that old come with some kind of like diseases or something.
It's an old fucking couch, man. It was old when I was sitting on it.
You might want to Lysol that shit or something.
It was old then, but I think his dad reupholstered it. It's a brand new couch. What's old is new again. All right, guys. Do you understand? J-Mo might be live tomorrow at Smash, so sub to Smash's podcast. Wednesday, TNI UK. Thursday, flagship show and the watch along. It's Impact Day over here on TNI. And then Mark and I are going to be doing a hit and run at some point this week as well. We might have a special guest for it too. Try and get Larry D for Thursday for you guys too, but he hasn't returned. He initially was talking. He stopped. I don't think I'm busy. I'm going to follow up with him tomorrow. Try to score Larry D for an interview on Thursday. So hopefully we can pull that through. So we'll be in touch.
He's probably got everybody knocking on his door now.
Yeah, he's a little busy right now, so we'll see. Hopefully we'll get Larry, though. But either way, guys, everybody have a great night. Stay safe. Take care. Brush your hair. What?
Oh, I want to say thank you. The numbers for last week's show with Sam Beal is the best that we've done in a long time. So I just want to thank everyone. And if you haven't seen it, please go check it out. It's a great half-hour interview plus the review afterwards. Sam Beal's tremendous, and I'm so glad we had the time to sit down with him. Go check it out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Might be doing a little something else with Sam Beal one of these days too. So Sam's definitely a friend of the show. And but yeah, guys. All right, everybody, definitely be safe. Enjoy the rest of your week. It's only Monday. Well, it's Tuesday now, so enjoy the rest of your week. J-Bo, I'm gonna need you to hit the outro here if you don't mind.
I can do that.
Take care of me, please. Mine's a little laggy, but guys, again, enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe. We'll see you back on this channel. Oh, back up here on Wednesday with TNI UK with the Bison and the Steve and the Joker, guys.
Wrong thing. Sorry.
Uh-oh. All right, we're out here, guys. We'll catch you later. Have a good night, everybody. Jay will hit that outro. We'll see you.
Can't find it.
Oh my God! I just killed my outro, Jay. Oh my
but
God.
A selfish
Where's my bell?
prick.
Oh, there it is. Here we go. All right. Good night, folks.
In my ass.